Well, after studying the analytics, I've reached one unavoidable conclusion. People love numbered lists, especially if they're insane, so today I'm giving the people what they want. 5 completely ridiculous attractions from Coney Island's golden age, some you've never heard of, and a couple I couldn't resist revisiting. Number 5, the Elephantine Colossus. So imagine you're an immigrant in 1885, arriving to the land of opportunity via the Atlantic Ocean, sailing into New York's lower bay. You look over the starboard side of the vessel, and what is the amazing structure that you spy in the distance, your first real sight of the storied United States? You were going to say Statue of Liberty, weren't you? Wrong. That wasn't completed until 1886. Instead, your eager immigrant eyes observe an altogether stranger statue, the Elephantine Colossus, the largest of 3 elephant-shaped buildings designed and built by James V. Lafferty, a first-generation American from Philadelphia. The Elephantine Colossus lived up to its name, boasting a height of 122 feet and 18-foot diameter legs. It served as a hotel and general tourist attraction with telescopes in its eyes for Coney Island visitors to peer through and see such faraway sights as, the ocean and some boats, probably. Still, it was cool AF, and it also boasted a cigar store in one of its elephantine legs. According to lore, within a few short years, the hotel fell on hard times and turned into a brothel. This is not strictly true. The real story is that Coney Island in the 1880s was as seedy as a bird feeder, and prostitution did flourish in the elephant's shadow. No doubt some of the ladies set up shop in an elephant room from time to time. Either way, though, the Colossus did not last long as a physical attraction. Unfortunately, in 1896, following a period of vacancy, the elephant caught fire. At 10:30 p.m., a Coney Island local saw flames emerging from the back half of the structure. A crowd gathered and watched as the Colossus gave in to the fire. The next day, the Brooklyn Daily Eagle reported that the big elephant was a mass of cinders and smoke less than half an hour from the time that the flames were discovered. Number 4, the Galveston Flood. In 1900, up to 12,000 people lost their lives in the Great Galveston Hurricane. The good folks at Coney Island saw this and thought, hey, this would make a good show for our amusement district. I've talked about this more extensively here, possibly here, but in the days before television news or even widespread filmed newsreel footage, the public had a desire to experience the great tragedies of their age just the same as we do now. But instead of TikTok reels and fail videos, they had cycloramas, theatrical sets that used models and special effects to create a three-dimensional virtual reality for the post-Victorian age. So one of the impresarios of the time set up the Galveston Flood, an attraction adjacent to the Dreamland amusement park, where folks could go and enjoy watching a disaster that killed thousands of Americans only a few years before, reenacted with miniature city and oceanscape, hissing steam jets to simulate clouds, lighting effects to show the darkening sky, and, after a blackout, a second miniature set showing the horrific destruction of the storm and flood that killed 12,000 people. Good family fun. Number 3, the human roulette wheel. So you know how a roulette wheel works? Spinning disc, balls that bounce along the spinning disc. Okay, so imagine if you replace the balls with people. So it's not actually a one-to-one recreation of a roulette wheel. Instead, it's more like a big wooden disc where the people sit in the middle as it turns faster and faster until it reaches speeds of 225 revolutions a minute. Really? And the centrifugal force causes the riders to lose their purchase and shoot off the edge. It's like those merry-go-rounds that used to populate kids' playgrounds until the 1990s. Those things were really fun until you were careening off of them and broke your head on the pavement and had to get stitches, and you still have a scar right here to this very day. Can you see it? It's there, I promise. Yeah, really dangerous. You can't see it, can you? Anyway, like that, except maybe more dangerous since there weren't any handles to hang on to for dear life. This nauseating torture device was originally invented by George Tillieu, who used it at his steeplechase park in the early 1900s. To me, it looks like a death trap, but apparently people had a good time, and amazingly, there are still some of these things out there in the world. For instance, at the Luna Park in Sydney, Australia, where it's been operating since 1935. Oh, hey, it's me, editing in bed, and I realized after filming the last section that I was conflating two different human roulettes that still exist. One at Luna Park in Sydney, Australia, which seems, by what I can find anyway, to be fairly gentle, not dangerous at all. And then another that is called a Devil's Wheel, used for German Oktoberfests, where they actually swing the ball at the people trying to knock them out of the center, and sometimes even use ropes. So I say Australia, I mean Australia, and then I mean German. The Australians have naturally found a way to make the whole thing even more disconcerting and potentially dangerous by incorporating a pendulum that randomly strikes the riders in the head until they let go. That thing is kind of hitting them hard. Number 2, the flight to the moon. This one doesn't involve either danger or the spectacle of death, just space travel in 1900, that's all. And for 50 cents, which was equivalent to like $15 in today's money. So imagine, you enter a darkened hall where a guide lectures you on the scientific nature of the wonder that you are about to experience, that of anti-gravity flight. Then the curtain parts and an image of a flying airship, the Luna, moves across the backdrop and disappears on the other side. You stand up, climb to an elevated platform, and board a full-size replica of the Luna herself, a green and white cigar-shaped vessel the size of a lake steamer, equipped with bat wings and featuring a large cabin in the middle and a spotlight on the front. The ship lifts off and begins its journey skyward, an illusion created by the flapping of the bat wings, the sway of the ship on the guy wires, a fan that blows into your face, and the use of painted screens surrounding the ship that show a panorama of the horizon, then the clouds, then the moon, and behind you the Earth itself receding into the night sky. After a few minutes, the Luna lands on the moon, where you disembark, meet moon men, who are little people dressed as aliens. Yes, this really happened. And feast on green cheese. Yes, really, I swear I'm not making this up. And from there, well, right back out onto the exposition's midway without so much as a return trip on the Luna. There were other people in line to ride it after all, and you'd already given your 50 cents, so no need to maintain the illusion. Number 1, Lilliput. No park featured a more impressive dwarfish attraction than Dreamland's Lilliputian. The brainchild of a one-time child acrobat and future Ringling Brothers circus manager Samuel Gumpertz, Lilliputian was billed as a living community rendered in miniature. And indeed, it took much of its architectural inspiration from Nuremberg, Germany. 300 people with dwarfism lived and performed in the attraction. The area featured a tiny opera house, a police department, and miniature criminals for the miniature police to arrest, a tavern, a restaurant, and a fire department which responded to fire alarms at regular intervals throughout the day. In order to play up the size of the buildings and the people, one of the park's giants would take periodic strolls through the area, towering over the residents. And there's way more to it. If you haven't already, check out the video I made just about Lilliputian. Lilliputian remained one of Dreamland's most popular attractions until the park was consumed by fire in 1911. Fire. Oh boy. Guess what my next video is about. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out my other content. I've got a handy playlist for you here. And if you'd like to support this channel, please consider joining my Patreon at patreon.com/Ty Bannerman. That's me. I'm Ty Bannerman. And thank you, once again, for meeting me in Dreamland.